It's happening. Scotty Media. We've got Jay Thomson here for a wee Jay Thomson on the reel. Right, Jay. Obviously, last year you had a big impact on Facebook and that. Like, you released a few things. The comments, likes, views were crazy. Then something happened and stuff changed. And what was that? Was that about your marriage?
Aye. So pretty much, it started off. I wrote a poem, and I put it on social media. I never thought anything of it. It was just a poem that I shared, and it hit something like. The response was phenomenal. It hit something like 60,000-70,000 views, and I don't know, all these comments and shares and that. And I was I was really overwhelmed. I was like, to the wife at the time, I was like, check this, like,
what's happening?
What's going on here? And that was just reading from my phone a poem. It didn't get me wrong. It was a deep poem. It was for the heart, and it was about pretty much things that had happened to me, parts of my life story, and obviously people could relate to what I'd been through, or in similar ways. That's all I can think as to how it got so much hype.
Aye.
And for that point forward, that's when I started writing more poetry. I started releasing more content, and it was kind of more on a poetry vibe to start with. I'd never rapped before. I'd always been a massive fan of hip hop, Tupac, Biggie, that old school 90s stuff. Not so keen on the stuff today, but I'd always been a massive fan of hip hop, but I'd never had any experience on the mic, in a studio, in a music video, or anything like that.
Right.
I'd always been quite a good writer, and I'd always been good with words. I'd been a bit of a poet. But I'd never materialised anything. So I just sort of embarked on that sort of journey, releasing different bits and pieces, and the hits were phenomenal. And I had radio stations contacting me, I had charities wanting me to perform at their events, I had clothing lines, people hitting me up with clothing lines and that, because it was just escalating. It was escalating and escalating and escalating, and obviously you were on my Facebook, you were part of that journey and that as well. And people were just, were coming to me for all sorts. Loads of people want to associate themselves with me, work with me. And for me, just a street kid, I was in Denmark at this point. I was in Copenhagen, come for nothing, and now all of a sudden I just sort of blew. But long story short, my marriage did fall apart. My wife sort of was in one lane with a sort of modelling, stripping business, and she was climbing the ladder on that very successfully as well, might I add. And I didn't want to be in that business anymore. I was kind of embarking on a new journey, so I was in my own lane, in the music lane.
Right.
And what happened was, over a period of time, we just drifted, and then inevitably separated. So I come back to Edinburgh, and my head just wasn't with it. So, because I kind of felt like everything had just sort of, it was on and popping. Like, I was living a suburban life. I had all this stuff with the music going on. I had a wife. I was travelling the world. Spent some time in Dubai, Cancun, Marbella. Everything was just on and popping, and just like that, everything was taken away from me.
Everything went,
Aye, everything went, and the music went, the passion went, and I just sort of dwindled away into a depression, quite a severe depression.
Well, obviously, for me personally, because I knew some stuff that was going on, but I didn't know in depth. I imagine a lot of your Facebook fans in that were the same, and they kind of maybe thought, because you just disappeared, like, did you quit? Did you, like, what happened? Why did that happen? Type thing. So I think this is a good way, sort of, letting people know what really happened, why you've took time out, and why you're back now.
Well, this is the whole purpose of this documentary that we're putting together, is to give people an insight as to, what happened, why I fell off the radar, and just to get to know me not just as an artist, but as a human being as well, and take a look at the man behind the mask.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean, so to speak? Because we all can wear masks here and there, you know,
Definitely,
in different parts of your life, different parts of your daily regime. It's human behaviour, coping mechanisms, and just getting through life. But the whole purpose of this documentary is to get my story out there, and also to let the fans and to let my friends and family and different people know that sort of more in depth about, you know, what actually happened, because only like a small number of people know exactly what I went through. I shared bits and pieces, you know, on social media, because I felt I owed it to the fans, and I owed it to the people that had stuck with me. But like I said, I just went through a heavy depression, and I ended up going down south after Denmark for a year. I've got an uncle in Kent.
Right.
I tried to come back to Edinburgh, Lee, but my head wasn't in it. It was 4 days before my concert. I had that massive gig on,
Right, aye.
and I literally separated from the wife, come back to Edinburgh, 4 days to go to this gig. I had so much riding on it. I had so many people depending on me. I had so much responsibility, because I felt I was responsible for everybody that was a part of that.
Aye, well, the thing is, that kind of adds to the
everybody's
pressure as well, mate, what
Aye.
you're already gone through. So you probably made the right decision there to just back off.
pull the plug.
Aye.
I know, but I felt rotten for it. I felt like I'd let everybody down. That I didn't feel like I could. I didn't feel like I was half the man that I should have been without my wife, because she was such a dominant and strong force in my life. She was like my anchor, my backbone. She was my rock, Ken. And with the music thing, she held my hand throughout that journey. I had a lot of fears, I had a lot of insecurities. She held me down. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So when I lost her, I felt like I lost a part of myself, if that makes sense.
Aye, nah, it does, aye. So what brought you back? What made you come back to Edinburgh and think you're going to give this a bash again?
Well, it's been 3 and a bit year that I've been away, been on my travels. I've travelled the world. I went through a love-hate relationship with Edinburgh, and a few years back it was a heavy hating spree, and I just wanted away from everybody. I wanted away from all the BAMs, all the two-faced folk, and I had done that, and 1 year went by, 2 year went by, 3 year went by, in various countries and different locations, and I just came up, mate. I was doing London there. I was doing there for the best part of a year, and I rebuilt myself, because I mean my self-esteem was on the ground when I moved down there. I went down there to London, Victoria, on a one-way coach with 70 quid on my tail.
Right.
Now obviously the kind of lifestyle that I was living in Denmark was a luxury lifestyle. You know, me and my partner were both in the business, both in the stripping business. People could say what they want about that, but we lived good.
Aye.
And I went for that to literally the clays on my back. I left all my clays there. I had a bedroom just for my clays, a separate bedroom, like a walk-in closet. I'm worse than a woman. Do you know what I mean? Like all my shoes and trainers, all that stuff. And I went for, not that any of that matters, but my point is, I went for that to literally the clays on my back. It wasn't even washing too great, wasn't looking after myself, and went to London, Victoria with 70 quid on my tail. And I had a long think on the way down there, So throughout that year in London, I built myself up, I recharged, I got a job, I got some pals down there, I had an uncle down there. And slowly, didn't get me wrong, I was still very lost down there.
Aye.
But slowly built myself back up to the point that I felt ready to come back to Edinburgh. Not necessarily to do music, but just to come back and really make a go of things.
Aye.
And that was they few years, just needed they few years to, I don't know, to go through changes, as Eminem would say. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, sort your head out,
to
mate.
manhood.
Can get yourself sorted before you can do anything else in life. If you've got a lot of things sort of, like you say, wearing a mask, like if you've got a lot of things going on that people didn't know about, if you leave that for too long, mate, it can go to a bad place. You know what I mean? You can be in a dark place.
For sure, bro.
Which is not going to help anybody, mate. No help your career, no help your whole life. No help nothing.
It just eats away at you,
Aye.
like slowly.
So I think what everybody would want to know is your lyrics, your rapping. Where's the inspiration come from? Where's the lyrics come from?
Well, my lyrics touch the hearts of many, and it's not deliberate. It's not a deliberate thing. I'm no that I'm being selfish, but I'm no rapping for the fans. Like I'm rapping for like the pit of my gut and my soul and that, and I like to talk about stuff that means something to me. I can really get on that vibe. It's flawless. It's effortless. It can just all this shit just pours out of me, and I don't care where it comes from. I don't know if it's a lifetime of suppression, institutions, drugs, rehabs, homelessness, suicide, like suicidal thoughts, mental health, in the loony bin, the streets, gangs, crime, everything, like money. It's like all that suppression, all that built up anger and frustration. When I write, I bleed. I literally bleed paper to pen, and that's where my lyrics come from. And a few people have told me that, and a few people that I know, and a couple of my mates, and a few fans, and that have said like they've not had a voice. They've just dealt with it, like the Scottish culture. You're a man, just deal with it, just get on with it. But they feel like they're speaking through me. I'm their voice. I'm not meaning to be, but that's how a lot of the fans and a lot of people close to me that hear some of my content feel. Because it's about relevant stuff that's going on in our society, in our streets, and things like that. So I just keep it real, and just sort of really speak from my heart, and try and always carry a positive message.
Of course. What's your plans for the future? What's your vision? Well,
now that I'm back, I bumped into Yaya. We've just released a music video, Edinburgh's Most Wanted. So check it out, guys. It's a gutter talking bad man track. It's about some of the darker parts of Edinburgh and things that go on. Really good track. It's up on social media platforms and YouTube, etc. So definitely check it out. I bumped into him, actually. It was at the Josh Taylor fight. I bumped into him in the pub, actually, and I seen him, and he just grabbed me and he pulled me to one side and he said, look, he gave me a talking to. He said, no, you need to get back. You need to get back. I said, I know. I said, but I fell off. I lost everything. He said, no. He said, you need to get back, Jay. He's like, come and see me on Sunday.
Sounds.
Come and see me. Come chat with me. I've got everything in place. Studios, whatever you need. And that was the rocket. That was the rocket up the arse to get that flame lit again. So I did. I went and seen him, and we've made this track, and through sort of just friendship and what have you, I've like I said, the flame's been lit again, and I'm hungrier than ever now. I'm just constantly songwriting and constantly looking to adapt and take things to the next level, and just more than anything, just better myself as a human being. I'm not trying to be 50 Cent. I'm not trying to make millions off this or anything like that. At the end of the day, I've found something in life that I'm passionate about. And when I look back at music videos and I look back at things that I've participated in this music thing, I feel proud. And I've got a good quality of life. And do you know what? If something comes on the back end of it, great. But if no, people are loving what I'm doing. And I'm in love, more importantly, with what I'm doing. So I got a few ideas. We're putting this documentary together. I spoke to you about this probably a year or two ago. Come up with this.
It was a while ago.
It's been a long time coming. So definitely going to piece this documentary together. Jay Thomson on the reel, and that'll be when that's put together. That'll be uploaded digitally, and I'll go and sell then, and release a few bangers, get my name ringing again in this city, and then I've got another producer in mind that sort of makes beats that are really suited to my style, that sort of old school 90s hip hop,
boom bap
kind of vibe. Go and see him. I'll get a sweet deal on some tracks that I'll own, and then Product of a Broken Home will be on and popping, and that'll be digitally uploaded for people to buy as well. just quickly, when I quit rapping, I wiped all my content, and I actually took everything, and I took everybody that was anything to do with music was taken off Facebook and that. So I apologise, mate. I was going through some stuff. I've had to make a few apologies since I got back.
I wouldn't apologise, mate. No for something like that.
I just shut everybody out. So product of a broken home, the artwork's there, the covers there, everything's there. But I sort of releasing content upon content upon content, this documentary, my album, and gigs and shows. I'll be looking to be putting on. 2020 is going to be my year.
So anybody looking to book Jay, give him a shout. Obviously we'll have you doing for a Bars in the Booth soon, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to that.
We'll book a date in and get that sorted.
Perfect.
So I'm looking forward to see what material you bring out, mate.
Ready to go when you are, mate.
Healthy. Right, it was good chatting to you, bro.
Nice chatting to you, bro. Take care.
Right, cheers for listening.
Thanks for listening,
Bye.
guys.